I'm Jill Schlesinger, editor-at-large.
And I'm Ilyce Glink, the home equity blogger for MoneyWatch.
In today's reality check, the spring real estate season is underway. Where's it heading? Ilyce, the government has now stopped buying mortgage-backed securities. That's been keeping interest rates low for a while. What's the effect?
Well, we just found out today, in fact, the mortgage interest rates hit an 8-month high. Shocking. They hit 5 and 3, almost 5.35%, which is going to translate into not that much more money each month, depending on where you are in the grand scheme of things. But psychologically, I think it's going to start to have a big impact.
Do you think it's going to limit the spring selling season? Is it going to be harder now for us to see lots of transactions, or will it not have that big an effect?
I think we're going to have a bunch of challenges to the spring selling season. The first was the government pulling back on buying trillions of dollars of mortgage-backed securities. Now we're seeing interest rates rise. The homebuyer tax credit ends this month. You've got to have your contract signed by April 30th, closed by June 30th. But April 30th, what is that? Like 22 days away. So I think that's going to have a big effect. And then once I think that ends, we're going to see mortgage interest rates continue to rise.
How are you seeing the new rules on the foreclosures and things like that? Do you think that there are going to be fewer foreclosures, or are we still going to have millions of foreclosures this year?
We have millions of foreclosures coming down the pike. I wish it were different. I'm encouraged to see the Obama administration start to push banks to cut back on the principal. There's no other way we're going to start to get, we've got to have mark-to-market, but for the consumer, not just for banks. And by marking down the value of the loan to where the value of the property is, I think we could start to see some momentum. But heck, is the government going to force them to do it? I sure hope so.
Okay, so in totality, spring selling season is going to be better than last season. It was terrible last season. What happens after that? What do you think? Pull out your crystal ball. What do you think is going to happen now when we go into the summer? And do you see this going further lower in prices, or have things stabilized mostly nationally?
I think that we are at the edge of a precipice, and I'm a little bit concerned. My friends are calling me kind of a moderate bear. I'm a little concerned that we're going to continue to see prices go down some. Maybe not like another 35%, but we could start to see prices spiral all across the country, not just in sort of the hot spots for foreclosures. Maybe another 10% or so. And I know that that's psychologically, buyers are saying, why would I buy a depreciating asset? That doesn't make any sense. But eventually things will turn around. I think we're probably nearing the bottom in most places, but you've got gluts of condos for sale in Florida. Illinois has unemployment. This is again the key we saw today. Unemployment numbers jumped up again. Initial filings back to 460,000. That number was terrible. I think until unemployment really turns around, I don't have a lot of hope for the housing market.
Well, she's a Debbie Downer, but she's our Debbie Downer. That's your reality check. Thanks for watching.